4th of July, everyone. Woo! Welcome back to Twisted Stitches. My name is Tammie. How is everybody doing? Today is July 4th, 4th of July, 2020. Woohoo! Happy Independence Day, everybody. I decided to dress up for the part. This is usually what I look like for July 4th. Just kind of stick my hair in braids because I have that. It gets wet and humid and my hair goes. And so usually I stick it in braids, stick a bandana in, and this is my old glory standby for the 4th of July. I think I've worn this for the last, I don't know. I always wash it and put it away in my drawer, and it stays there until the next 4th of July or Memorial Day if I'm going to do something or something. I don't know. So, did you like my little sparkler display? I know. It was fine. I swear it was fine. It was safe. I don't have carpeting in here. I know. It's a yarn room. I get that. I understand. But I don't have carpeting in here, and I was smart. I brought in a cup of water, so I was able to throw the sparklers. As soon as they kind of died out, I threw them in the cup of water so there would be no mishaps. Be like, so, can you tell us how the fire started? Well, I was thinking I was going to be cute for my YouTube channel, and I was going to be creative and do some sparklers for the 4th of July in my yarn room. Oh, yeah. Speaking of, I was using this as a microphone, because, when you're on YouTube, you might as well do weird things like use your darning tool. This is a darning tool. Thank you to all of you who left comments in my last video. Linnea, Barb, a couple other people that said, hey, I watched it on Knit Crate or Sock Crate opening, and it's a darning tool. So when I looked it up, I went, oh, sure enough, it is. It was funny because, in this day and age, we don't really darn our socks. If something happens to our socks, we're usually, put it in the receptacle and we go buy another pair. But this girl was thinking, if I take the time and I practice and I get good at knitting socks and I knit a pair of socks and those things get a hole in them, darn tootin', they're going to be darned. That's for sure. So I was like, all right, cool. So I've got this. It's kind of cool. So yay, that's what it is, guys. It's a darning tool. Okay, so I am so sorry I wasn't here yesterday. I woke up and I wasn't feeling 100%, but I was kind of hoping, you know how it is. Sometimes you wake up, you're not 100%, but as the day progresses, you figure, your body wakes up, whatever, and you're like, all right, I can do this. I waited until I think it was 6:30, 7 o'clock last night, and I still was kind of feeling bad. Actually, I was feeling really bad at that point. Migraine kicked in, and I was just, I can't do it. So I'm very sorry, guys, that it's today. I hope you can forgive me. I tried to stick to my schedule as best as I can. So, but I do kind of know why. It clicked why maybe I did have a migraine. I usually get migraines from stress and things like that with my back, with being twisted and crooked and stuff. Usually what happens is right here in the base of my neck, it swells really bad. And then as that swells, just, everything kind of, migraines happen and stuff. And so I just could not put my finger on what caused me to just develop a migraine, but unfortunately, I did remember, well, I thought about it and I realized probably what did happen. I'm not in an emotional person, believe it or not. I always try to stay very upbeat. One of the things that will trigger a migraine for me is crying. And unfortunately, my daughter's dog, Furby, we got her when my daughter was like 14 years old. And so this dog lived with us. And this was the first dog I've had in a really long time. She was a beautiful, beautiful red sable Pomeranian. She was just a little tiny thing when we found her. We knew she was meant to be because her birthday was July 15th, which is my daughter's birthday, July 15th. So this, on the 15th, she would have been 11 this year. It was very unexpected. She passed, and it did really hit me pretty hard because, like I said, she was my dog too. When she came, she lived here with us. When she'd get mad at Erica, she crawled in the bed with us, and she slept on my lap, and I took care of her, every time, even after she moved out and took Furby with her. Furby was super excited to see me. As a matter of fact, what was really hard is just last Saturday, I went to visit, or the Saturday before, sorry, not this Saturday, but the Saturday before, I went to visit, and Furby just seemed to be her usual self. She was doing her little routine, her little dances for me, climbed in my lap, and she was Furby as far as I knew, but I guess she was sick and we just didn't know it. It must have happened quickly, which I thank God for that. But last Wednesday, my daughter called and said, Furby jumped off the bed and she's crying out. I think she hurt herself. And she says, I'm going to take her to the vet. I said, oh, that sounds like a good idea. I said, if you need anything, let me know. She went to the vet, and the vet said nothing appeared to be broken. We're not really sure. Maybe she just hurt herself. She gave her some kind of, I don't know, some kind of like pain meds or something like that, and said, if she doesn't do any better by the weekend, we'll take it from there. Okay, so I thought she was going to be okay. I mean, I'm getting all this information on the phone. Well, last Friday, after I had done my film and everything, my daughter started telling me Furby's doing worse. And I was like, well, what's happening? Did she break something? Is she internally bleeding? Do we need to find out what's going on? She goes, I don't know, but it just happened like that. And that's what's been so hard, is that Friday evening, all of a sudden, my daughter started sending me videos of the way Furby was acting, and I said, oh my goodness. So I was going to go see Furby that Saturday morning, or that afternoon. I was going to go over and see Furby and give her some loves and stuff, because my daughter was worried, about what may be happening. And so I was upset. I was crying. I was hoping that she was going to be okay. We had no answers. We had no clues, and so at about 5 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, my daughter calls and said that Furby started crying out really bad, and she said, I have to take her. And so Saturday and Sunday was pretty hard. Like I said, I don't usually get super emotional, but I really took it hard. And so this podcast is dedicated to Furby Girl, or Ferb, or, Furby. She was a good dog, and we will miss her dearly. So, anyway, I'm sorry. Don't bring anybody down or anything, but love you, Furby. We're going to miss you. So, I think that's what kind of triggered my migraine, because I haven't ugly cried in a really long time like that, and I did. I really did. So, that's probably why. So, anyway, why am I here today? So, and you're probably, if you're new to my channel, I am so very sorry. You're coming into, what? Is this a fiber arts channel? Yes. I talk about fibery goodness, yarns, any kind of, sometimes if I get a good deal on yarns, I will show you, and I crochet, and I've been crocheting for many years, and I've just recently taken up knitting, but I haven't gotten a lot of knitting done. It's on my to-do list, so yeah, we need a lot more hours in the days, huh? Today is my regular podcast, and in my podcast, if you've never come here before, I usually talk about, fibery goodness and everything, but I also throw in a little bit of life stories, so I hope you can understand that. This is kind of you guys get to know me a little bit better, and then if there's something going on, you guys let me know in the comment section. I like to chitter chat. I try to get back to people as much as I can. So let's get on with today's podcast, and I'm so sorry I I'm a chatterbox. I love to talk. I'm sitting here holding this hook like I don't know, like I'm gonna point to you guys with everything. I don't understand what my deal is. So, let's start with what I accomplished this week. The only thing I accomplished is brrr, that darn gingham blanket is finally done. It came out beautifully. Let me, first of all, let me boop, pop the flag out of it because I had that sitting in there. But I am going to stand up so I can show you guys it is complete. All right, here she is. Now, she is gorgeous. I absolutely love this blanket. I love the way it looks. I love the purples. And when I started making this, I said how much I liked this purple way better than the pink. I think pink is cute, but this just screams little country girl to me anyway. And so what I did is I did a basic border of half double crochets all the way around in the lavender color or lilac color. And then I just did a simple shell stitching around, and at the corners I did, on the fourth one I made a little picot. I made a little picot. So I just thought it just added a little interest to it. I thought it was kind of cute. It works. I don't know. What do you guys think? All right? It's not too bad. I think it makes it look kind of cute. Anyway, it is finished. It is complete. 31 inches. This, it doesn't matter which way you hold it, I guess. So it's 31 inches here. And then here, this way, if you hold it this way, it is 36 inches. So it is a nice size baby blanket. Yay, it's off the hook. So I didn't do anything else besides some projects that I'm working on behind the scenes that I can't really show you guys, so sorry about that. So that's what's been going on. Completed that. Yay, I'm very, very glad. So, finally done with that blanket. I am so glad. I am so glad. Single crochets back and forth are just monotonous. It is just unbelievably tedious, and I don't know what it is. This hook here, I love my clover hooks. I love, here, let me, this right here, the ones with the metal, I love these. It's just soft enough. I can hold it pencil grip. It doesn't cause me any discomfort. I can move pretty quickly with this. This one here, I don't know if it was the yarn, whatever. Well, I believe the white Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn, was stickier than usual or something because it kept sticking to this. And I cleaned it and I, used like a polish and wiped it all down, and it would work really well in the purple colored yarns, but when it came to the white yarn, it just kept sticking so badly, and I was wrestling with the white the whole time, this whole entire time, and whatever, it is whatever. I don't know why it did that. So anyway, this hook was just giving me a little bit of a problem, and it seems maybe it's a little too thick for the pencil hold. It kind of gave me some hand cramps. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I mean, it probably is just me. With this pattern is basically just, you're going to do single crochets for this many rows, blah, 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 changing at this color. It's nothing hard. It's not like a hard pattern or anything like that. I will leave the link to her blog down in my description box so you can go to it. But in her, like, what she suggests using a 6.5 millimeter, which I originally did with that pink and white one. And after I had completed the pink and white one, I went, it's still a little stiff. I think I'm going to go up to a 7 millimeter hook. And I really do think it came out perfectly like that. The 7 millimeter just gave it just enough flexibility, made the stitches a little bit looser, but not being gappy. See, there's no gaps in it. So just if you're going to do this particular blanket and you're going to use a thicker yarn like the Hobby Lobby I Love This yarn, because you're always carrying this lighter color yarn through. You're always carrying a yarn through this entire project. You don't cut and then bring new yarn in for each one of these colors. So it does get a little bit thick because you are carrying that strand of yarn with you, and you do have to go up a hook size or two, or else you would have basically a rug, which I think I explained that in my last podcast, and or maybe even when I know I explained it during my podcast with the pink gingham blanket that I had completed. Recommended hook size is 5.5 millimeters, so I went up 1.5 millimeters. So not 6.5 but 7. So if your ball band calls for a 5 millimeter, you could probably go up to a 6.5 or a 7 pretty comfortably with this particular pattern. No more talk about the gingham blankets. The next blanket that I have to do is this one. I'll be working on that next. I'll be starting that this week. I'll be starting on that blanket this week, so that'll be my new whips coming up. I have to finish this hat for Hat Not Hate, and when I finish this hat, maybe I'll get one more done, and then they're going in the mail. I'm mailing them out this weekend coming up. So by next Friday, I'm going to throw them in the mail, no matter what I have. I should have approximately 10 hats for Hat Not Hate. Not everything. I wanted to do 20, but if I got 10, I got 10. That's better than none. So I'm going to start making the skull motifs this week. I don't know how many I'll get done, but you can work on, because they're kind of like granny squares. You make each skull, and then when you're done with all your skulls, you put them together, I think. I'll have to look, but I'm almost positive that's how you work it. Now I'll have to remember. That's funny. I can't remember. I only made it once, and I made it last year, so I can't remember. So anyway, are you guys ready? You ready to turn down the lights? Turn on some berry white? Light some candles? It's time for some yarn porn. Well, I just recently, took up knitting, and I've been wanting to make myself a shawl, but I want to make it out of something special. I wanted to actually buy some kind of, fancy yarns to make myself something really extra special. So I did my research, and this person, number one, she has a YouTube channel. Number two, I know of her sister who has a YouTube channel. Number three, her sister lives here in Florida, and I am also subscribed to her sister. Her sister they're both knitters, and they do a great job. But Zoe has an Etsy shop. She dyes yarns. Yes, she does. And she has some beautimous looking yarns. I will leave a link to her Etsy shop and to her YouTube channel and to Naomi's. She's the yarn curator. And forgive me, Zoe, I think Zoe's YouTube is called the Felicity podcast. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%, but I will leave it in the link below. I will make sure. I should have looked it up and I didn't. I thought I was going to know. So are we ready? Well, first it came really quickly, number one. And it had this nice raspberry tea, herbal tea. I can't smell it. I guess that's a good thing that I can't smell it, because then I guess the flavors dissipate. So I am going to be drinking that tonight, but I wanted to show you before I drank it. So thank you so much, Zoe. I love yummy teas. Are we ready? I know, I'm teased you long enough, right? This screams my name. These colors are just beauty-must to me. I know it might not be for other people, but this is just gorgeous to me. This colorway is called Gothic Heroine. She only had this one left in her on her Etsy shop. So when I saw it, I went, I must get this. I actually have another Hank. Well, it's a sock set, so it has a Hank and then it has a mini. And we believe, I asked her if she could help me with it because she knows her yarn colors better, that if she thought that it was going to match, and she thought it would match pretty well. So I bought that, and hopefully that'll be on the way, and I'll have it next week, and I will show you all of it so you can see what the colorways I'll be making my shawl out of. And when it came, look at it, came with this really cute stitch marker or progress keeper. Look at, isn't that adorable? It's so pretty. I love butterflies too. And then this is what's on the back of it. See that? Hold still, Tammie. So her yarn shop is called Felicity Yarn Studio, and it's on Etsy. Like I said, I will leave a link to her yarn studio. I'll leave a link to her Etsy shop and a link to her YouTube channel. This is a sock yarn, approximately 463 yards. It's a 100-gram hank. It is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. Hand wash, lay flat to dry. And for any of those interested or wanting to, she does Christmas advent calendars, and on her Etsy shop, they are on sale right now. I bought one. So I did splurge. That's like everything that I've done so far. That is all my splurging now for a little while. I'm the one that's coming, and another little goodie that I have coming for... And another little goodie that I have coming besides the other yarn that's going to go with this for my shawl. The other that I have coming is, you know, our knit crate, and I showed you on the knit crate opening, you know, that purplish tonal yarn that they sent this month for the June's box. I went and bought 2 more hanks. So for that top that I am going to be doing a tutorial for, I'm making my top out of that. So that is a sport weight, a 2 weight. It's going to be a summery top, and this also could be made into the top that I'm going to be making. Would make a really nice like beach type cover up, like a beach dress that you can have your bathing suit on and then pop that over, and you can go into, like, if you wanted to even just like put on a pair of sandals with it and go into Olive Garden afterwards, you know, to have dinner, or just go and sit down and relax by the poolside and have a drink and relax with a nice little cover up on. This is what I am making, so I hope you guys are interested in that. I know a couple of you expressed some interest in it, and excuse me, I know a couple of you guys expressed interest, so I was just letting you know what I'll be making it out of. No, it's not out of this, like I said. It's going to be out of that. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, so I'm very sorry, guys. My thoughts were, I thought, a little bit better, but now they're not. So I'm very, very sorry. Excuse me today. I don't know if it was the migraine. Sometimes after I've had a migraine, a real bad migraine, my thoughts don't come as clear as I need them to, and I'm really sorry about that, guys. So if you're looking for some really nice squishiness, I know there's so many yarn shops out there. She's just a little yarn shop. She doesn't have a huge stock. She has a few one-of-a-kinds. She puts up, you know, a few things out there, and then that's it. That's all she has. She's not, you know, one of those ones that are mass producing. She does it all out of her house. She loves doing this. And I mean, I put the lights on because even though it's daytime here, we have been getting threats of rain, and it's so cloudy that, but this is coming up pretty good. I mean, this is so pretty. For me, this is beautiful. This screams me 100%. This is just gorgeous. Zoe, you gotta make some more of these. Oh, this in a sweater. Oh, would be so beautiful. Well, anything, it'd be beautiful. I think it's just gorgeous. Do you see those colors? I know I'm like oohing and on about it. But anyway, I love this. Thank you, Zoe, so much. I am so looking forward to the little sock set. The little sock. I am so looking forward to the sock set that I bought. And I can't wait to put them all together so I can have that moment of what I envision my shawl to look like. So I am excited. I'm excited. I would make that a sweater, but I don't know how to knit a sweater yet. And I think shawl is the best way to go for first wearable on knitting needles for somebody who's only made a few things and a few hats and stuff like that. I think a shawl is the best way to go for me right now. The only thing that I have to still say is don't forget about the Christmas in July fairies. That drawing, I'll be doing my drawing on this channel on July 15th. I'll be doing my drawing in the morning on July 15th and putting up the video. It's just going to be a real quick one, believe it or not. There'll be no babbling. It's just going to be the announcing the winner. Let's see. My video for Christmas in July will be linked below. Also, I have been linking in a few of my videos already the Christmas in July Fairies playlist. And it is, as far as I remember and as far as I know, the only thing that's in that playlist. So if you go to that playlist and you watch it through, they're only the fairies basic first video announced. They're the ones you need to go to enter the giveaway. That is everything I had to talk about. I'm almost 100% sure. So this week, like I said, I'll be working on the skull motifs with the gifted yarn from Barbara. Thank you, Barbara. I am also going to make maybe 2 more hats. That's going in the mail. I'll take a picture of them and I'll post it on my Facebook group and on my Instagram. And then I will do a quick, like, here's the hats that got sent out next week. Or I might show them real quick next week, a quick, all the ones we got done. Or all the ones I got done. I have something else that I'm working on that I have to finish and get sent out. And if that person is watching, it'll be sent out hopefully the end of this week coming up. So fingers crossed I shall have it done, I'm hoping. Anyway, so that is it. That's what I got finished. And for whatever reason, I feel like I forgot something, and I am so sorry, guys. If I did, I will put it in my description box, and I'll put it across here and tell you I forgot something. Go look at my description box. I am super, super sorry if I did forget something. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for putting up with me. Thank you for listening to me chitter chat. Sorry, I'm a chatterbox. I can't help it. Thank you for everything, guys, and I appreciate you being here. Have a wonderful, safe rest of your 4th of July. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys really soon. Tuesday, tips and tricks and tutorials. I don't have a tutorial yet, so is there anything in particular that you would like to know about? Is there anything that you would like me to explain? Are there any patterns out there that you'd like me to take a look at? Is there anything that I could help you with? Leave it in the description box. I always read all your comments. And on my regular videos right now, I get a few comments and I always try to respond. If you happen to go on to my Christmas in July fairies and you see that I'm not responding to the comments, is because there's many, many comments. I am reading them. If I have hearted the comment, I have read your comment. And you guys, some of you have left me some wonderful, wonderful messages, and I thank you so much for that. You guys are a blessing to me, and I am so grateful that you are here. And if there's anything you want to talk about, let me know in the description box, and we'll discuss it on Tuesday. How's that sound? You guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and take care of yourselves. Stay safe, and I will be talking to you really, really soon. Bye, guys.